is Rachel Vaisden. I'm here with another video as per my course requirement for my Dance 108 online Pilates 1 course. In this video, I'll be incorporating the use of a small ball and demonstrating 4 exercises that can be easily incorporated in your everyday life, which creates that stabilization, the elongation of your muscles, and some core strength. So I hope these are helpful for you, and let's begin. The first exercise I like to demonstrate using the small ball is oblique twist. The oblique twist targets the oblique muscles as well as your transverse abdominal muscles. Your oblique abdominal muscles are responsible for enabling you to twist your trunk, twist your body. The transverse muscles are the ones that help create a strong back core and help posture and stability. So when we're doing this, there's going to be 2 variations on the oblique twist. Firstly, I'm going to go ahead and just have my legs out in front of me, kind of bent knee. We're going to be sitting up nice and tall and straight. And this is what we call our neutral spine position. After I perform it in neutral spine, we'll go into C curve. So I'm just sitting up nice and tall. I'm going to take the ball and I'm going to extend it in front of me using my belly button as my point of alignment. Alrighty? So on the inhalation, I'm going to extend the ball. On the exhalation, I'm going to twist my body to the left, twist my body to the right. Okay? Keeping in mind that I want my head and my chest to follow the ball. As you're performing each exercise, if you decide to do this along with me later on, always consider your level of comfortability. Never hyperextend or overextend. Alrighty, so we're going to start with an inhalation. Twist on the exhalation. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Relax. Not a big movement, but it's not necessary to have big movement. You just don't want to get to a point where you're rocking your waist or your hips back and forth. You're letting your trunk do all the work, or your back muscles to do all the work. Now, that was in neutral spine. Now we're going to do the same exercise in C curve. Remember when we talked about C curve, you got your natural spine, and then the C curve is back. Alrighty, with your coccyx bone tucked underneath like a dog tucking his tail under. Alright, so that is your C curve. However, when we're doing our oblique twist, we're not going to get completely into C curve. What we're going to do is just go back onto our sacrum. So not all the way in C curve, just leaning back into your sacrum. And that way we're going to make sure you're always stabilizing in your lower area here. Okie. So your pelvic and your abdominals are engaged. So keep that in mind. My legs are extended just a little bit, so I'm supporting myself as I do my twist. So inhale, exhale, twist. Inhale back to center. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. And back to center. Alrighty, so that was the oblique twist using the small ball C curve. Again, what you're targeting is your oblique muscles, which helps with the twisting, your transverse abdominal muscles, which helps create that strong back core. The breathing, you're doing an inhalation when you extend out in front of you, using your belly button as a point of alignment, and then exhaling on the twist. Thanks. So continuing with our small ball exercises, we're going to explore the corkscrew. Corkscrew is going to be targeting our abdominal muscles because we're going to have our legs extended, and you'll see how your abdominals are going to be engaged. But it also helps with the stabilization of your legs in the hip joints. So what we're going to do is we're going to place the small ball between our ankles, that hip width apart. We're going to lay back into our Pilates starting position. And when we get into that position, we want to maintain neutral spine. All right? Maintaining neutral spine, if you can. If it's difficult, you can always go into C curve if that helps. But I want to do my best to maintain neutral spine. My arms are going to be out at a 45-degree angle. Breathing in, I will be bringing the ball, my knees to my chest. So inhaling, knees up to my chest. I'm going to do an exhale and extend up to the ceiling here. Alrighty. So now I'm going to let my engage my abdominals, and on the exhalation, rotate to the right. But first inhale. Corkscrew using small ball. Next, I'll be demonstrating adduction oblique lats. And the area that this exercise will be targeting is the adductors, which is the inner thigh muscles, the obliques, which we talked about in our oblique twist earlier, about how it helps us twist, and the lat muscles, which gives us that back core strength that we need. There's several variations when doing this, but what we're going to do is going to place the small ball between our feet here. Alrighty, try to keep myself in frame. Make sure my hips are stacked. Okay, so what does that mean? Hips are one on top of the other. I'm not rolling back, I'm not pulling forward, but just stacked, one on top of the other. Okay, and my legs are slightly in front of me. They're not in line here, they're not behind, just slightly in front. Okay? Got to stretch my one arm out, pressing with this hand here, keeping my scapular depression, making sure I'm not tensed up in my shoulders here. All right. All right. This variation where I'm up on my elbow. Okay. So now, what I'll be doing here, inhale. Scapular depression, ensuring my shoulders are back and down. And then in this one, we're lifting and then squeeze. All right. Exhale. Okay. So inhale up, scapular depress as we lift and squeeze. All right. There's another thing you can do too. You can just inhale. Let's see. Inhale. Exhale. Lift. Down. Lift. Down. Lift. Down. Pulse. 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 Squeeze and release. We feel all of that inner thigh work here, as well as in your back core, ensuring that you Keep your body stacked. You're not going to have any tension in your shoulders or neck. And that is the adduction, obliques, lats. Is back extension. Back extension targets the erector spinae, which is responsible for spinal strength, alignment, and movement. This is especially important just through your everyday life, but also when you're practicing your Pilates, because you want to have good spinal stability, helps with your posture, your core, and back support. I'm going to lie on my stomach, squeezing my glutes together because we want to protect our low back, making sure I keep my head in line with my neck. Ready? Glutes tight. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Lifting using your back muscles, not your neck. All right. Engage. Float the ball. Relax. Back extensions.